white-rooted winter makeover. We're back. 1 week ago, I decided to bleach my roots because I really wanted to try something new, and then I toned them white and the rest of my hair a dark, deep purple. When I was washing the color, this dye ultimately faded onto the root area and stained every single side. So this is definitely not matching this. So today, I'm effectively saying goodbye to it. It lasted a week. This is cool, but I'm someone who always puts my hair behind my ears, and this looks terrible. Like, I want to pull it out, except this is not translating to the side. It just looks horrible in a way that I cannot even describe other than visually show you. So it needs to go. So I have two colors right over here that I'm going to apply, and I'm hoping it's going to give me something that I really like. My hair like this is fine. It's a bit novel. It's definitely not something you see a lot, and even if your mind goes to the realization that maybe it's just roots growing out, admit it. White roots growing out is still a vibe. However, as expected, this is so difficult to style. This hairstyle is not one of those ones that will immediately flatter. In fact, it will go well out of its way to be unflattering. There is also the massive problem about color mess up. Now, that being said, I'm still really into the idea of hot roots. I actually still really like the concept. I think it is creatively very dynamic. It is such a unique thing, and I think if there is good color matching and color blending between the root color and the end color, there can be room for success. And that is why today I am dyeing my hair pink or lavender. Depends how this is going to oxidize. I have a love-hate relationship with the pearlescence section of my Schwarzkopf book. These colors are never, ever delivering these exact shades right here. Every single one of them gives me a completely different result. Most notably, this one, 623, which is meant to be giving me an emerald shade right there. And if you were to apply this on complete blonde hair, it's going to give you electric blue. All other shades also differ slightly. I'm not going to shit on them completely, however, because these two colors mixed together are the two dyes that I use for my very, very specific formula to get my pastel pink on my Stella hair wig page. So there is still love for them. They're just never really going to look like this swatch. However, I have a bunch of 1189 that I ordered that I never actually end up using. So today I'm really determined to see if this can deliver something really, really nice mixed with its baby sister 9589. They've got the same exact tonal deposit. One is just darker than the other. Let's mix them up. I get a lot of people telling me that there is not a single color that I cannot make work. And whilst I really, really appreciate the compliment, I can assure you this color, 100%, no one was telling me those words. In fact, it's definitely one of the hairstyles that my friends literally looked at me and they're like, is that a work in progress? Are we still waiting on something to happen with this? Most notably my mom, who is not a fan of roots showing, it turns out. 9589. 10 grams, the majority of 1189. I do really love the color of the rest of my hair, so today I'm literally just going to be mixing up nothing but a root color. And then obviously 10 volume developer. We're depositing, we're not lifting. I was debating going in with a semi-permanent color to get this pink effect. However, pastel pink in semi-permanent is notoriously quick to fade. If you were to dye your hair pastel pink, 2 washes is all it's going to take to bring you back to blonde. Given that reasoning and the fact that I have a surplus of 1189, I went for permanent. I'm fairly sure I mixed up way too much, but let's get into it. Obviously, no hair dye transformation would be complete without a completely detangled head of hair. When I pull up my hair, you can really, really genuinely see how absolutely destructive this was on the sides of my hair. This got the exact effect that I was going for. Here, nothing. I am actually curious if this will even have any effect on it now, or whether the only solution is to just go dark again. The one thing that I definitely want to do with this color is to cover up any remaining orange. I do not want any ounce of orange in my hair, and I'd much rather overlap onto the dark purple rather than leave any still on my roots. I'm kind of tempted to do something that I've literally never tried in my life, which is to do an entire half of my head first instead of doing it in quadrants. I'm curious if this is going to read more lavender or if it's going to read more pink. So far, it's definitely picking up much more blue hues, which is definitely interesting. I guess I'm okay with either outcome, but the color and the swatch definitely reads more pink than it does lavender. Not worrying too much about overlap onto the purple simply because the purple is so much darker. It is nearly 6 shades darker than the color that I'm applying, meaning that the color that I'm applying is going to have minimal, if any, effect whatsoever. I think it's definitely going to read more lavender. Whatever it is, I'm already in love with it because it already looks 10 times better than what I had. The rest of the hair I'm going to tackle now from the back. First section entirely is done. I already feel good. This already looks so much better. So much better. Ah! The one thing I did not like is my application process for the front of this hair, so I am definitely going to be reverting back to my standard application for my roots. Roots are done, color is applied. Now I'm going to leave this on for 35 minutes before washing it off and seeing the final result, which I'm very excited for, and I kind of want to pair it with a really cute makeup look as well. I'm excited. Oh my god, I'm so excited. She's giving Barbie with Angelica, a little post-Valentine's gift. My gorgeous baby pink scrunchie from 652. Silk, of course. And probably the cutest hair straightener ever in pink and gold from Bellamy. God, she is cute. Paired with probably the nicest hair color that I've had in literal years. But I kind of really want to doll it up, so. Gagged, obsessed, whatever word you want to use. I really want to go for kind of a baby doll hairstyle, so I'm literally just going to go and take this hair and curl it inwards. That's it. I really do want to get that like artificial doll effect, so I'm trying to enhance the curl as much as possible. So it's not so much just a wave, but it's like properly curling in to my neck, especially in the back here. I could technically get this with a curler as well, but I really do want that straight effect at the roots, and a curler is just not going to get that. Okay, to be honest, I was toying with the idea of curling it outwards as well. And now that I'm seeing it curled inwards, I'm kind of biting myself and kicking myself because I think curling it outward would have actually been cuter. Wait. Is this cuter? No. Oh my god. Okay. This is it. This is ignore me. And this is it. Outwards is the new inwards.
Well, I could.
John, this is embarrassing. Fine, I'll cook dinner tonight.
Okay, it's just because the last time I was in here, you told me to leave your office. So I leave you with your thoughts.
I don't know. You never know with these things.
Here, bring them.
Yes, yes, and yes. I don't know why I'm getting Samantha from Sex and the City, but I want to say that sometimes she did wear her hair kind of in this similar stylings, maybe in the early seasons, but I literally feel like I'm embodying her right now. Yes, I knew that the bleached roots had so much potential, and this hair is literally exactly the vision that I had for it. A lighter coloring at the roots, literally looking like it's my own hair growing out, paired with a much darker version of the same exact color. The two of them creating such a beautiful contrasting hue that it creates a really visually dynamic coloring. Paired then with obviously this sort of very doll-like hairstyle, the whole thing just looks very youthful, very cheerful, very unique. Perfect for February, perfect for Valentine's, perfect for love and pop of color in an otherwise very dark time of the year. I did want to pair it very much with an all over pink makeup look. I've been wanting to try the like very pink blush, very pink lips and pink eyes for so long. I've been seeing it on some gorgeous girls on Pinterest and Instagram, and I'm like, can I? Should I? Even if it's like this, I want to say that hairstyle can stand on its own, because now it's not only just like roots on the top and the side, but we're also introducing it from here, from underneath, and it's so visually dynamic. My God, I'm kind of really into it. Gagged. Especially if we create like kind of a beehive for just this top part. Kind of obsessed. However, I am going to be leaving it like this for the time being because I really just want to let the color stand on its own without also adding an additional hairstyle. But over the next few days, I definitely want to see just what we can create with this hair right here. The color formula is spot on to how Schwarzkopf described it in their color book, albeit a tiny bit darker, but the tone, the hue is so gorgeous, and it paired so well with the remaining purple that I have on my hair otherwise. I think this could be a very good solution to anyone who is naturally light-rooted but really wants to dip their fingers, metaphorically, into a darker hairstyle. A lot of the times, a lot of us are very skeptical to try something so deeply different to what we are born with naturally that this can be kind of a really sweet balance. If you're naturally like a level 8, similar to me, and you do not want to go for that all contrast look straight from the roots, dyeing your own roots a different color and then the rest of your ends a much darker color can be a great way to initiate yourself into a darker color world. And then if you like what you're left with, you can go ahead and color the rest of your roots the same exact color as your end. I love it. This has to rank as like top 10 favorite hair colors ever. Genuinely, in every sense of the word, I'm so happy with this. There's not a single thing that I'm disliking about this. The fact is that I started out in this video looking so much worse. Like the starting point of this coloring made this end look so much more rewarding just because the leap from ugly to attractive was so advanced. I'm going to be linking the entire formula down in the description box below just so that if you guys want to retry it, you absolutely can. Another rendition to this exact color combo is this color on the ends, kind of going a more traditional route of like a balayage with darker roots and lighter ends toned pink. Another option once more can be just a standard money piece, dark all over in the back, but just a gorgeous lavender pink in the front. Kind of really sad that I don't have that right now. Oh, it would look good. It would look so good. Next video. I also really love them paired with these contact lenses. Oh my God, these are Egypt blue. I made a point to remember because so many of you are always asking which are your contact lenses. They're Egypt blue from TTTI. I'm also going to be linking them down below just so that you can immediately get them. Like if you want them, they are them. I do get them with the prescription lenses just because I'm a tiny bit blind. But if you enjoyed this hair color and you really want to show it to your stylist, I'm also going to be releasing the stills of this on my Instagram as well as a little tutorial demo on my TikTok, just so you can literally save it and send it to your stylist. I think this is like top tier hair coloring because it is so visually interesting, but the colors work. They are also flattering, and as you can see, they're not out there. They're not blinding you with the coloring, so it is quite soft and subtle to the eye, making this more socially acceptable than, let's say, all over pink on its own. I am curious what your thoughts are on this, so definitely comment it down below, and if you haven't already subscribed to this channel, let's hit 1 million before the end of the year and get even more people obsessed with dyeing their own hair at home. I kind of want to recreate this exact hair color but on a wig format. You can come up with the name for it. I'm literally going to have that as the name on the website. Comment down below what you think this should be called. Oh my god!